Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 2 of the Relaxin podcast, SNR's current ongoing podcast featuring myself, Borkhammer 40K, Arios, the co-owner of SNR, Jam, the owner of SNR, and today we are joined by special guest, JustTheIce.
What up? How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. Yourself?
Oh, dude, I'm fantastic. Ready to go.
There you go. We're glad to have you here. Guys, we got a decent little list of topics today. It's not going to be as long as our first episode, I don't think, but we are going to talk about the big news of the week. That is EVO going to an online event and not including Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. So Ultimate getting basically dropped from the lineup and getting replaced by Mortal Kombat, essentially. We're going to try and sort of discuss a little bit of the issues with Ultimates Online. I know that topic's kind of been talked up and down to death on Twitter. Everybody knows Ultimate Online is not good, but there are potential solutions that Nintendo could look into. Will they? And then we're also going to do a little discussion about SNR's future plans and just a mini Q&A with our guest, JustTheIce. So I wanted to start, obviously, with the big news, which is EVO dropping Ultimate, and what your guys' thoughts are on that. Whether you think that's a really huge deal, if you think it's going to be okay. Personally, myself, I have a feeling that Nintendo probably got in touch with EVO, or EVO got in touch with Nintendo, and they were like, "Yeah, we don't want your game featured."
Wasn't Super Smash Bros. Ultimate like the best, like the most entry fee, or like most people entered that event out of everything last year, and it had like the most views as well.
Yes.
It has high viewership, but in terms of like attendees, like like the first every single Smash game, there's always like that Evo always gets the most attendees. But the biggest like Smash event for Ultimate has been online, and that was the box, but that's online.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, the box
I
is
think.
huge. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Oh no, that's okay. I was gonna say I think that I also agree that Nintendo probably wanted them to not have EVO or like Smash Ultimate at EVO because everything on Twitter, obviously, like the backlash of online ever since quarantine started, has just been nuts. Like it was bad. Everyone knew it was bad, but no one really cared because you can just go to locals or practice with like friends. But now that we're like stuck in the house, it's just, you know, it's like everyone talks about it now.
Yeah, online tournaments have really picked up because it's the only way we can compete now,
mm-hmm.
and it's
Last
been in the spotlight.
last year, Evo and then followed by SmashCon right after were the largest Smash tournaments ever to date for any of the Smash games. And having the Quarantine in the Box be the largest tourneys, not just for Wi-Fi but overall as well now to break the records. Like they like the box kind of created a entirely new tier for tournaments. Like S tier was, X amount of PGR and total uh, entrance like combined as like there's a scale for it, so to speak. In order for them to be scaled by tier, and yeah, the boxing quarantine kind of broke those. It's kind of like SS tier tournaments. If it was offline, they'd be SS tier ranked tournaments, and whoever wins like one of those is guaranteed top 10 pretty much. PGR beating out all those players. It's kind of insane.
Well, and everybody pretty much has the ability to enter these online tournaments. I mean, they are free. The box did have free entry, right? There was no entry fee.
Yes, this is free entry.
No entry fee.
Right, so it makes it super accessible. You don't have to worry about traveling out to Las Vegas and finding a hotel and paying the fee to actually get into EVO itself and all that good stuff. You can just get on your Switch, get online, and play. And everybody's complaining about it, but the opportunities for people to compete with the best players in the world, it's never been a better time to try and get some matches in with top level players.
And it's jump started so many careers too, like top player, like Wi-Fi warrior kind of stuff, and highlighted a lot of players that like, oh wait, who's this person? They're like kind of insane, you know. There is one thing though about that does kind of irritate me slightly when I see people. I mean, it's the classic. Everybody always talk about haha Wi-Fi warriors, like the trash offline though, you know, that kind of thing. And people
Hmm.
say about this like when Nairo for the first Soak series before quarantine series with from Moist Critical. The Nairo, I was watching Nairo's entire run of it. You know, I was TOing the event, but I was watching Nairo's entire run, and he had to play Cola, and Cola ended up winning the whole thing. But he had to play Cola in winners quarterfinals, I think, or top six or top 32, I think, something like it might have been something like that. I forget. Um, and he ended up losing 3-2, 3-1, I think. He only like won one game, I know that for sure, and he lost to Cola. And his entire chat like went up in flames about how like this guy's just a Wi-Fi warrior and he doesn't, you know, he wouldn't do that good offline, or he like he didn't actually use all his skill to beat him. And people forget, literally 2 weeks before that, he almost beat Cola almost beat Nairo at Frostbite 3-2. So he's actually not like just a Wi-Fi warrior. Nairo had to nearly reverse 3-0 him to win.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Well,
And Cole
And so
always
that's one
talks
thing about
about
the online tournaments that there's the hate towards it. I feel like has actually inspired a slew of like new players that are rising to the spotlight.
in Cola's Twitter, like he's been tweeting about how he hates Wi-Fi too. Though especially
Mhm.
he took a break from Wi-Fi for a bit. Like even though he wins a bunch of stuff on like exclusively on Wi-Fi, and he has good wins outside of Wi-Fi as well. But like he just talks about how much he hates it and how stressful it is for him.
I was gonna say it's got to be
Mhm.
like
Yeah, I
extremely
don't blame him.
annoying for him to win what at that point was the biggest tournament to date, and then just get endless amounts of hate for it. Like I would not want to
Yeah,
compete
yeah,
either.
especially at his caliber. Like he Nairo the hard defended him. He's like Cola's like one of the like grassroots like a player people don't know about. That's literally what Nairo said. Is he's like, we just played 2 weeks ago this exact same matchup at Frostbite, and he nearly beat me by like I he said I nearly beat him by one stock. That was the total difference between their sets. There's one stock. Nairo won by one stock. So offline. Just that just
Hmm.
shows how good Cola actually is. The fourth best player in the world. Is so like it's kind of crazy, but you know we're still adapting because we don't know how much longer this is going to go on for. And the good thing is, even though some people over time people might get more upset and there might be more distaste for it, the longer it has to go on, it's also going to just get better because there's going to be better you know, there's rumors of developments of better websites to use to host and run the tourneys that are more reliable and easier interface and aren't confusing for players that don't know how to run smash.gg as well, stuff like that. So like there's going to be improvements coming, and it's only going to make the whole scene better.
Right, and
Hmm.
we don't need Evo. I mean Evo, in my opinion, almost needs Smash, and then not even because they just pulled the plug on Melee like it was no big deal. So obviously they probably don't feel the same way. But Evo, Evo always gets massive numbers from Smash ever since they brought Melee back, and Smash has that huge grassroots community, and now it's being taken online, and we've seen the really awesome tournaments that can be put on. Like there have been serious bumps along the road, like quarantine or Soak series, excuse me, was planning to run all of its pools at like the same time, and the Smash GG staff had to tell them, no, you cannot do this. Our servers will catch on fire. We have to have you like split up all the pools into different phases. So there have been bumps along the way. Smash GG crashes a lot. There's all sorts of problems with the website itself, and hopefully, like Arias touched on, we will get future developments. There are other websites coming into the scene. I've heard that Challenge is supposed to be getting an app soon that will be better than Smash GG, but I also heard that like 6 months ago.
And Smash GG has their domain open, so people can make an app for them, but they said themselves they weren't going to make one, which I don't know why, but
That makes no sense to me.
yeah, I don't get it either, but I'm pretty sure that's what they said. Because like they said, anyone can make an app for them, but they're not going to make it themselves. So
That's such a missed opportunity. It's actually insane.
yeah, it really is. It would be so much easier. Just that's why I always use Smash GG on my computer, because like using it on your phone, it's really buggy, and I don't like it at
Awful.
all.
Yeah, you pretty much have to use it on PC. And I get emails from them, or I was getting emails from them when I was actively TOing every week. It was like, here's new feedback for Smash GG this week. What do you guys want to see us develop? And they would ask for this feedback like literally every single week. And then they maybe added a very small handful of those features that they were asking people to vote on, like what they wanted to see added. So I don't know if they just have a really tiny development team or what's going on there, but the situation with Smash GG is it's kind of the only thing we have, but it's certainly far from what it should be in terms of usability and functionality. Like it doesn't even give you the ability to use your own stage lists, which really bothers me.
Which is pretty annoying.
WarioWare.
Yeah, especially when we want to take out Lilat and replace it with WarioWare. I agree, Justice. Me and
you.
Justice are on this train.
Please, frickin'
WarioWare
Orpheon.
conversation. I actually love Frigate. That's one of my favorite maps.
I wish the camera didn't get stuck on the right side when that platform moves. Like the camera gets all weird.
Yeah, that's actually. But like, I remember playing that map all the time in Brawl. It's like one of my favorite maps of all times.
Yeah, I love Frigate Jam. What are your thoughts about stage lists, man? You've been awfully quiet.
What are your thoughts about WarioWare?
Well, I'm all for playing WarioWare against Pikachu because my character, if you can buy at 10%, I am totally for it. That would make my life easier. And then he can't just like, what's it called? You can't just ban like my bestie. Be like, oh shit, I have to ban WarioWare.
I can tell you're a Rob main.
Yeah, you're sounding
because you currently sound like a robot.
Technical difficulties for
so-
Jam. Rip.
One second, hold on.
I'm sure Rob would love the side B on WarioWare.
Right? Rob on WarioWare would be.
He would just nair Gyro Fair Gyro side B instantly kill.
His nair would cover like 75% of the stage.
Yeah.
Oh.
Holy shit. That would be actually insane. He would Rob actually now that I'm thinking about it, Rob might actually be the best character on WarioWare.
Cloud maybe?
Justice and I were theory crafting this.
I think Wario would be top 3.
Oh,
Can you
for
guys hear
sure.
me now?
Oh yeah. Yeah, we can always hear you.
Yeah.
It's just technical
It's
difficulties.
just understanding you was the issue.
You were lagging
better?
just about as bad
Yes,
as
much better.
my recent quick play match.
Okay, now you guys are lagging. Hold on 1 second.
Damn.
Hello?
Yeah.
Hello. This
Yeah.
is either Victor main. Do we have to say anything else, boys?
Oh my god, why are you guys still lagging? Hold on 1
B
second.
button brr.
But it's us lagging. Richter main.
B button.
Okay,
He'll be right back.
now everything's fixed.
Richter
Okay.
players, jeez.
Well, speaking of lag and technical issues, the biggest elephant in the room, and likely the reason why Ultimate was dropped from EVO Online, is because of the online play,
Nintendo sucks.
the netcode, and specifically their implementation of peer-to-peer networking is very bad.
Sus,
If
to say the least.
if somebody's dropping packets, the game will freeze and wait for the other connection to like receive that information before the gameplay resumes. And that is why it hitches so much, and you see the Smash icon appear in the bottom right hand of the screen, and you can go to your kitchen and make a sandwich before the match is ready to play again.
There's like Mario Kart has some pretty dope online. I think I've never had a problem with Mario Kart Online. I don't know about Splatoon because I didn't play it as much, but like there has to be other Nintendo IPs that have like good
See,
online, right?
because Mario Kart actually has rollback, by the way.
Yeah.
Which
Oh,
is the most hilarious thing ever.
Yeah, Mario Kart has rollback, and it uses interpolation, which predicts essentially where you're going to be. And Smash has interpolation as well, but it's combined with that system of waiting when you have packet loss, instead of having rollback netcode, which is awesome, and all fighting games should use it. Splatoon, which you mentioned, actually uses dedicated servers. Unfortunately, they perform at a really low tick rate, which means essentially they only update like 16 times per second or something. No, it's 20. It's 20, I think, is the tick rate, and that's very, very low for a shooter. But they use dedicated servers, and the experience is mostly smooth. But with Ultimate, it just their implementation of connections, and a lot of fighting games are guilty of this. Rollback netcode for fighting games is only something that's sort of been recently being implemented, like Street Fighter V. So it's not really just a Smash problem, but the technical details and real specifics on how Ultimate's networking works is part of the reason why it's such a bad experience.
Like my biggest issue with it, especially as someone who's going into like computer engineering and understands like the business aspect of stuff, like why are they not one of their biggest competitions back in the 80s 90s was Sega, right? Why are they not learning from Sega's footsteps of look what happens when you be complacent? Sega got complacent and they ended up just getting hard smoked out because they were like, we don't need to do anything better. It doesn't matter what they do. People will just keep buying our system because and our stuff because we are who we are. We don't need to do that. They're trying to act like they didn't have to stay competitive in their market, which they do. You should always stay competitive in your market when you're trying to hold your place and keep it secure that you currently have. And the thing with Nintendo is they're being complacent with having the most popular fighting game. They're just being complacent, like, oh, like no matter what, they're being complacent about having a loyal fan base, especially. So like they're like no matter what, everybody's gonna get our Smash game, right? But what they don't realize that they're doing is they're just not capitalizing on the fact that their game could be even bigger and better if they just actually put effort into the back end side of stuff rather than just the game itself.
Right.
It's a giant market that they're missing. Like easily, Ultimate could be 50% bigger, which is a lot. That's a lot for a game. 50% bigger. That's crazy. But it truly could if it had better some better engine quality for the rendering, possibly, because there's some FPS issues with certain matchups and stages, preventing them from being legal. There's the 6-frame buffer system. There's what's it called? Online is awful, stuff like that. And also the Switch itself not having a Ethernet port is also kind of like there's so many little things that really don't take that much that they could have done from the beginning to make it 6 times bigger, like not 6 times, but like a lot bigger than it is now.
Well,
and being complacent about like, oh, if assuming that if they never fix online, they're just losing so much possibility for the future and for the present.
Well, and Nintendo really likes to ride the casual market, especially since the Wii days. They've really just capitalized on
tripping.
Yeah, well, they really just capitalized on people who aren't like hardcore gamers, and they don't really appear to listen to that subset of their audience. And you really notice it with Smash because there is this huge competitive scene that we're all a part of and love very much. And you can tell that Nintendo does not design Smash to cater to the competitive scene in really any way. I think Squad Strike was kind of that nod and changes to how For Glory works with Elite Smash, but there really wasn't a whole lot of thought that went into that. And when Nintendo balances the game, which we touched on a little bit last week, they kind of just go with characters that have low win rates in quick play, and they don't balance around competitive play at all. And they just don't seem to really take into account opinions of their hardcore gaming fan base, and they're very slow to make changes or adapt. I mean, we're still using friend codes in the year 2020, and that is just baffling to me.
The other part of like going off what you said is like the changes that we want don't bring any downsides at all whatsoever to the casual fan base. Like they're not losing anything from the casuals by doing like listening to what the pro player, like the more competitive side wants. If anything, it just improves the casual. You know, like that's what also confuses me.
Right, like the experience for Smash at its core doesn't have to change just to make healthy changes to like how we play online. So if they implemented rollback netcode instead of using this combination of interpolation and packet loss and like delay based netcode,
Peer to peer.
yeah, peer to peer, all this stuff. If they would invest in making a decent system using rollback netcode, it would go a long way to restore our goodwill. But there's really no incentive for them to do that because they're, like you said, it's still a cash cow. It's still the most popular fighting game in the world, which even Masahiro Sakura has said he doesn't consider Smash to be a fighting game. So I think that really says it. That really says it all when the creator doesn't even see it as a fighting game in that traditional sense, which it's not. It's a platformer brawler type deal, but it's still closer to a fighting game than any other genre.
Yeah. It's just being complacent and honestly like somewhat selfish from Nintendo.
They say they're gonna fix their Wi-Fi. They said it in a interview, but the only thing they really add to it is like SNES games. They haven't really actually done anything. They said in another interview they were gonna fix Wi-Fi, but people just don't believe it anymore. People just say
like oh yeah, okay, buddy.
Yeah, I'm just like, okay, where's my two new SNES volleyball mini games that I'm not gonna play ever?
And another thing,
Yeah.
the base, the Wi-Fi chip that's in the Switch is terrible. Okay, this thing is like 10 years outdated. The max speed that this Wi-Fi chip can achieve is absolutely
40.
laughable in current year. And I understand maybe, Nintendo trying to keep costs down, but even then, like the signal strength for the Switch, you basically have to be next to your router to get anything out of it. It's kind of embarrassing, and it really
Like the chip.
it makes that lack of
Sorry,
an Ethernet port even more glaring.
Yeah, like the chip itself isn't even that going from the chip that they use to a better chip isn't even that expensive. It's kind of crazy. It's like $4 more. The chips are not that complicated or like crazy technology. They're in everything. Everything can connect to Wi-Fi nowadays. Everything uses those chips.
Yeah, there's so many
Doesn't make
little
sense.
things with the Switch and online in general that are just Nintendo struck gold with their idea for the console, but the business
Yeah.
practices that they continue to make
Are impractical.
It's just so weird.
They hit a gold mine and then they got complacent. They're just like, yeah, but like it's successful, so why do anything better? Like why not try to achieve something better and strive for greatness? And don't like. Oh yeah, and Potomac, you said the USB 3.0 port. It's not even 3.0 capable right now. It's only enabled for 2.0 USB.
Yeah, but and as as a actually like active pro player, Justice, how do you feel about trying to go into just like quick play to get practice? Like, is that even practical for you?
I don't do quick play anymore. I've learned my lesson. I only do quick play whenever I'm like mid bracket and it's gonna take too long to set up an arena for people to join. And like the quick play is like the only option. I have to keep my hands warm while I'm waiting for the next game. Because a lot of Wi-Fi brackets, especially once you get into losers, it just takes like it takes a long time. So like I guess like when I do go on quick play, it's like when I'm still in winners and I'm waiting for the guy next to me to finish playing. And then once I drop into losers, I have like 2 hours. Sometimes it takes like an hour or two before I play my next game. So then I open an arena.
And I hop in.
Yep, and he hops in. But yeah, I don't like quick play anymore. It's like sometimes you'll run into someone who's better than you, and it's cool. But like most of the time, people just leave after one game of winning because they got what they wanted. They got the GSP, and there's no incentive to stay again. Because like they can just learn your habits, and then you'll lose GSP. So like people who grind GSP just go on quick play one match. If they win,
They get off.
Like I had one time where it was like a Jigglypuff, and
If
the
they
rule
lose,
set
they'll
was one
disconnect.
stock like 3 minutes, and they just camped me out the entire like 3 minutes, and then beat me in the sudden death, and then just left.
Oh,
And I was like, oh, okay.
oh yeah, people who use like the 3-minute rule set just to cheese you.
Yeah.
Quick play has so many issues, and even the arena system is so lackluster.
Subpar. I feel like it overuses reset. Like it puts so much resources into a lot of things that are just unnecessary, and clogs it down and takes away from what actually needs to be happening as far as connection and like overall play goes,
And I know,
and the system itself running.
and I know Jam's gonna hate me for this one, but ARMS actually has a much better arena system. You go into an arena, and then as soon as other people start joining, it just matches people up. It'll just start matching you up within that like 8-player lobby, and you'll just play games. There's no downtime. You don't have to sit in this long ass line if you're in a bigger arena where you're just waiting to play one person who's winning all these games. It'll rotate people in and out and fight other players, and it's all automatic. And Smash doesn't even have that option.
I wish you could change your character without getting out of the line. That's like my
Yes.
biggest pet peeve with arenas.
Yep, that's another one.
That's just annoying. Like whenever you're like, all right, guys, I'm gonna switch. Can you like hold on the line for me? And then you switch, and then they don't, and then you have to wait for like 10 minutes to play again.
That's literally me with you though, Justice. Like y'all never wait for me.
Yo, I wait. I'm a waiter, dude.
You can't change rules for the most part. I think they patched that a little bit. You can change some rules now.
Yeah.
But you can't change stage without losing your spot in line. It's so.
That sucks.
so bad.
The only thing you can't change now, like when you have an arena up itself, you can change everything except for the size of the arena, which is kind of crazy.
And,
Yeah,
That doesn't really make sense.
and even then, the
Like,
arena
it's an arena.
Even then, like the more people in your arena, there's a greater chance for the arena to just straight up crash.
Yep.
it's kind of whack. But like arenas are like average to slightly below average, and quick play is just as bad as it gets. It can't. It's like you're basically coin flipping to see if you'll get a good match or not, and then it's another coin flip to see if they'll stay and practice with you more. So it's like a double coin flip. So the odds aren't in your favor of you having a fun match.
So before
Yeah,
all
much
this
agreed.
quarantine and such started, did you have places where you would go practice offline frequently, like locals or people in your area that you just go and like play against offline? Or did you?
Oh yeah. So there was every Thursday. It was called Tech Training Thursday. There's this one tournament that's a monthly on Sundays. It's called Salty Sweet, and every Thursday they have like practice, and it's free admission. You just walk in. You can like it's like what do you call it? The venue is like in a place where you can get food, so you can like hang out for like 2 to 3 hours to get some food with like your friends who play Smash. And they have like really nice fast monitors and like good, nice chairs, and you pretty much practice for like 3 to 4 hours, and then you just leave. But like, and then yeah, and then where I live, there's 2 weeklies and 1 monthly. So I was pretty much going to them almost every week practicing. And then whenever I wasn't there, I did play on arenas. Even before quarantine, I did practice on Wi-Fi a lot. But I like did maybe 1 online tournament a month or 1 or 2. But now after quarantine, I do like 3 a week, 3 to 4 a week. Yeah,
And does fairly good at them.
I try.
Except for when he finds a Mii Brawler or a Pac-Man.
Oh, me Gunner.
Oof, there are some matchups
These aren't real characters.
just can't handle.
Yeah,
Pac-Man was created by Satan in Smash.
I actually like Pac-Man. I think he's pretty
can't
fun.
beat Pac-Man.
Pac-Man is awesome. I love Whack-Man, dude.
He's quirky.
I just can't beat the character because of me. It's myself. It's my own fault. I
It's
can't
like-
blame the character, but I can complain about it though.
I have a good matchup with him, so like I don't mind. There's characters that like, especially on Wi-Fi, man. Like there's characters that like make me really don't want to play.
Like Snake?
Oh no, I love Snake, dude. I shout out all the Snake mans. You're all kings, dude. Snake is one of my favorite matchups, actually. He's so fun.
What like my issue with Snake, I have a hot opinion on Snake, just of why I hate him. It's not even because of his zoning, not even because of his grenades. I mean, I really dislike his up smash, but like, it's just a part of his kit. You just have to play around it, kind of thing. What I hate and I think is broken and should be removed is his iframes on dash attack.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say up
yeah.
tilt.
No, like up till like I don't even have that big of an issue with. A lot of characters have fast, strong kill moves at a shield. It's just his just happens to be a good option for him because people have to run into him to avoid taking his damage from his zoning. So it's just a really good tool in his kit. My issue with dash attack, like every time I complain about it, they're like, if I use it, just punish it, and it's like, you say that. And I'm gonna call out Neck here because it literally happened. I was like, you say that, I jumped over it, and you punished me dodging your dash attack with another dash attack.
Yeah, no, his dash attack is definitely like top 3. Like Pikachu's probably the best, but
Yeah, it's insane how much coverage Snake gets on his dash attack.
It's as far as dash attacks go, I'd probably say Pikachu, then Snake, and then Cloud and Fox
Greninja.
tied.
Greninja's a pretty good one.
True.
It's a combo.
Greninja's isn't safe on shield though.
Oh, it isn't? Oh, yeah, you're right. Right.
And Fox's is, and Cloud's 2 frames insanely, like really easily, and kills, whereas the other 2 don't kill.
I don't like Snake's dash attack, but it's tolerable. I actually like his up tilt is the one thing that I don't like about him, to be honest, because I have bad memories where I played BR1AV in bracket and I was behind him
multiple times,
and he was crouching. I was behind him, and then he got up off his crouch. I punished with an F smash, and I was behind him, by the way. And he used up tilt, and I was behind him, by the way, and I died. But like, his box was literally
remember
behind.
that clip.
You really gotta
It was really
enforce
sad.
the fact that you were behind him because
Yeah,
that
no,
is
it was
so
just-
jank.
It's just it hits from behind too. I was like, all right, I got the free punish, and also it's such a good anti-air. Like once you're at like 90 to 100, there's just don't even approach in the air. It's not worth it. Because like that thing covers like to the moon and back.
I've seen it pull people through the platform on Smashville.
Oh yeah, it does. It's crazy. It's like I kind of wish he had bandages up tilt. You know how much fun? You know how crazy that would be? Probably drop down a tier, but
I wish I had Snake up tilt.
Yeah.
yeah, imagine if every character had Snake up tilt, man. There'd be some broken characters. Imagine
I do have Snake up tilt,
Ganondorf
but it's
with
called
Snake up
back
tilt.
air. It's called back air.
Imagine being that flexible in real life. Like, goddamn.
Just super. He's like a. I haven't played a lot of Metal Gear
Bro,
games.
you're talking about Snake. ZSS exists. Imagine being that flexible.
She
Do
doesn't
you
have a
see her?
disadvantage.
Do you see when she has that suit on? She goes into a little ball.
Yeah.
It's true.
That is flexible as all hell. She ain't got no backbones.
Well, she is
Dude.
genetically modified, and so is Snake. Fun stuff.
Yeah.
Hey, Jam, are you alive? Oh no.
Take it as a no. Can't even hear him.
Dang.
He didn't even realize he was having his Discord issue. The issue where he can't talk. Anyways,
Rip.
it's okay though.
You wanna know what's crazy?
No more Mr. Roboto. What's up?
That ZSS is #1 on Wi-Fi, and I'm sticking by that the rest of my life. Like
So
people don't believe
yeah,
it, but
so
it's
since
true.
Jam isn't here, he can't tell me not to talk about this. We don't have to talk about tier lists or anything. I just want to talk about JustTheIce's very interesting takes,
I have some
specifically
things.
regarding ZSS.
She's
So not
top
only
tier.
does he think ZSS is the best character on Wi-Fi, he also thinks that she is overall the second best character offline.
Yeah, 100%. Imagine not
Better
having a
than
disadvantage.
Peach, better than Palutena, better than
Yep,
Shulk, better than
yep,
Joker, and
100%.
better than Pokemon Trainer.
Yep.
That's
She's just
bold.
no, it's correct.
And better than Wario and Inkling.
Oh, I mean Wario. I mean no, it's yeah, she's better than Wario and Inkling. Dude, I mean, just imagine not having a
And better than
disadvantage.
Lucina.
Yeah, Lucina's probably not even. I don't know. She might be top 10. Whenever I made that tier list on whenever I was streaming it, my computer shut down and it didn't save, so I'd have to remake one. But top 3 is 100% Pika, ZSS, Joker, and that's all I'm gonna say. That's all the takes you get from me.
Yeah, so those are definitely hot takes. That's all I will
Well, I mean,
say.
they're not the worst things I've ever heard.
It's quite interesting.
It's not like in SnR or in
Yeah.
high tier.
True, he's bottom 10.
Yeah, that is whack.
Sonic's
I don't
top
actually. I don't think he's bottom 10. I think he's mid tier. That's where I have him pretty much. I have him. Yeah, I have him mid tier.
Well, I have a question for you guys though. Do you think that what do you think about people specifically like talking like down on like Sonic specifically, or anyone who plays like a Wi-Fi-ish character and wins big stuff? It's been more Sonics than anyone else. I don't think anyone else has gotten it as bad as he has. But
The
like,
thing is about that
yeah,
is certain players put a really bad taste and light on that topic. I think Sonics actually is not one of the people that makes Sonic so despisable. Even if he may play a campy playstyle game to win, he definitely does it at a different level than the other Sonics. And if anything, the reason for him getting hate is just because he plays Sonic due to Wrath and Super Striker on Wi-Fi.
yeah,
I feel like those two make a really bad name for Sonic. Not that they're bad players, it's just that they're the reason people hate Sonic more.
Mm-hmm.
Because they
Nah,
really adhere to that play style.
isn't Wrath from Georgia?
Yes, I
I
believe
think
so.
I played him in doubles. I don't know if it was Wrath, but Fatality was teaming with a Sonic, and I'm pretty sure it was Wrath and Fatality, but I know I played Fatality in doubles. It was both of them. I mean, I definitely didn't win, but like, it was fun. I do like. Okay, I like playing against Sonic to an extent. I think Sonic is top 5 on Wi-Fi, hands down, and it's probably just biased because I played so many Sonics in my life, but it's insane. And I think Sonics that actually approach not only like but that mix it up except for like spin dash, like use other moves like
Mhm.
run up grab, tomahawking. I think it's fine. Still kind of annoying, but like you gotta deal with it. But like it gets like it Sonic's very, very good at wearing you down, man. Like
Yeah,
if they just like even if
especially
they're down,
mentally.
yeah, if they're down and they're just spin dashing, running away, even like on big maps, it can drain you. I've definitely lost sets where I'm up like 2 stocks against the Sonic, and then they just don't approach ever again, and then I just lose because I
You've
get impatient.
instantly ended your stream after sets like those.
Yeah, it's just not fun. But like
I don't.
I respect it.
Yeah.
If they're trying to win, you're trying
No one
to win.
blames you.
Yeah, I don't.
But
I
yeah,
don't
we
blame
talked about
Justice.
Sonic in our last podcast. So probably if you want to hear our opinions on Sonic, you can go to that one. But now that you kind of bring up Wi-Fi characters, you yourself play quite the Wi-Fi character, don't you?
Of course, Zelda representing the Wi-Fi gang.
Is Zelda your only character you just solo main? No pockets?
Yes, it's his only
yeah,
solo
pretty
main.
much.
He has no other characters.
I have okay characters. There's just nowhere near as good as my Zelda.
He has a good hero.
I'm
Oh,
memeing
yeah.
around because his other characters have either gotten completely finessed by me or actually have taken my entire soul.
Slim
And
Inkling
like
going with
he
roller.
owns me. Specifically, his Inkling has made me cry tears of pain.
Yeah, no, my
Um,
Inkling's toxic. I'm gonna be real.
he has
But
a very, very Wi-Fi Inkling, an
yeah,
extremely Wi-Fi Inkling.
Roller.
Roller
yes, sir.
only goes for the same combos, has a one flowchart game plan every stock from at any percent that I'm at. It's very
Oh.
toxic. Does no mix-ups, but I can't punish.
Yeah, no, it's pretty hard to punish Inkling.
But
Especially on Wi-Fi.
anyway, your main Zelda. When did you start maining Zelda actually? 'Cause I forget. I know you
So
mained Falco before.
I have this little flow chart I like to call. I lose to someone with large disjoint. I get sad. I may try and main someone new, and then repeat. So I've picked up other characters after I've lost to like characters like Ike, Cloud, Sonic to an extent, and other like Luigi. Those characters that I don't really appreciate because. But like I haven't like seriously like committed to a character besides Zelda. Literally day one, like I don't know if you guys remember, but before Smash Ultimate came out, there's like create your ultimate main list or whatever, where like you can tell everyone who your main was. Like I don't know, it looked cool, but
Yeah, I
yeah.
remember that website.
So Zelda was like at the very bottom of the 6 that I picked, but I wanted to main Ice Climbers the most because I thought Ice Climbers was like one of the coolest characters in Smash. And funny story, I was playing with my friends who were like played Smash casually, and we played with like Smash meter on. And one of my other friends who's like not really good at the game won because he had like he played Zelda and he got the Zelda's Smash meter. We're gonna just talk about how S tier that is, but yeah, he won, and he had a fight against Ice Climbers, and then he just choked it, and we didn't get Ice Climbers for the rest of the night. So I started playing Zelda, and then that's when I was like, okay, this character's pretty fun. I like it. And then even after we unlocked Ice Climbers, I tried playing them. I didn't really like it that much. I was like, all right, Zelda's my main. So yeah, ever since day one, I've been a Zelda main.
And honestly, it's not a bad pick because Zelda is, in my opinion, like quite in a good place in this one. Maybe not the case in previous entries, but I think she's pretty good now.
Oh yeah, she's definitely the best she has been ever.
Yeah, I mean,
And she's a
technically,
cutie. I mean, come on, dude.
Technically, in Brawl
Bro
and
moment.
Bro
in Brawl and Melee,
moment!
she was actually in Brawl and Melee, she was actually pretty high on the tier list if she just pressed down B though.
Down B.
All she had to do was press
Smash
down B
matchup.
and she jumped the tier list quite a bit.
But yeah, I like everything about her except for speed. I usually like playing fast characters. That's really I don't know why I like Zelda so much, but yeah, I usually go pick fast characters. But I don't know something about edge. I'm a huge fan of ledge trapping. It's like one of my favorite like things to do in this game. So that's why I like playing Zelda because her ledge trapping is so good. You get the Phantom on ledge roll, and then you like cover one option, or you just mix it up. Her mix-ups are insane on ledge, and it's just like really fun. And that's why I like stuck with her. And I've liked playing other characters who have like better, like amazing combo, like material, because it's like the opposite of Zelda, where she's like raw hitting, and you don't really have a lot of combos. So whenever I do try and pick up someone else, it's someone who's like combo oriented, just to like fill the other side that I don't usually play.
And I pick up characters just to beat whatever character Justice is playing.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I play Inkling and Rob.
Let's go. I actually think Rob's fun to play against. I don't know if that's a hot take or not, but I know a lot of people hate Rob, but I actually really like playing
Stop.
Dude,
against
I
Rob.
think Rob is
I
awesome.
hate fighting Rob.
Dude, he's funny.
Bork knows why I hate fighting Rob.
It's because I beat you.
Especially that one lag spike tournament. No.
The only time I dislike Rob is whenever I go Town and City. But except for that, I enjoy it.
I wish Richter was removed from the game, the Belmonts.
No, you can stop right there. Remove Simon, don't remove Richter.
Remove both.
Hey Jam, since
Yeah.
you're back, now I can finally ask you this question because this is very you focused as the owner. What would you like to tell us about future plans for SNR?
Oh boy. Well, so in terms of future plans for SNR, we have a really big event planned that will be announced really soon. That is not into the Smashverse. Into the Smashverse, because this was actually one of the requested topics, is actually going to be a Smash tournament that's going to be like Into the Spider-Verse themed. If you guys have seen that movie, so it's going to have like that vibe of like I don't want to reveal too much of what we have planned for that tournament because we'll have an announcement regarding that. But it will be a tournament, a singles tournament, and this other big event that's planned is also another
I'm
tournament.
glad you confirmed the biggest detail that they are in fact tournaments.
I know, right? Didn't see that one
You want to
coming.
give some
But
dates potentially?
I'm not sure if I'm allowed to reveal the date for the big event, but the other one should be in mid-June. That is the Into the Spider-Verse, that is. Should be around mid-June. That is the goal. We'll
Pretty
see.
much what you guys
Nothing's
need to
set in
know
stone for
is
that
that
yet.
these events are coming up in the near future within like the next 30 days or so. I think that's the real big takeaway.
Yep.
And
hmm
I am so excited to talk about the other one. Unfortunately, not quite allowed to yet, but no, guys, we are going to have something really massive up our sleeves coming up soon, and there will be details on it as soon as we get the green light. And hopefully
Mm-hmm.
we can start generating.
Justice, you better win both of them.
Dude, I'll try.
Yeah, you are sponsored after all. You have to. Otherwise, we're going to terminate your
But-
contract.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
I gotta,
yikes.
I gotta whip out the most toxic Zelda I can in the next few days.
Yeah, basically.
You gotta get that training montage.
Camp if you have to. Camp me out if you have
Time
to.
out.
You gotta camp out. You gotta out camp Sonic and Snake.
Ooh, my favorite.
Pitch that tent.
Oh boy. He's gonna kill viewership that way, though.
Yeah, and my will to watch.
Am I will the TO?
Like the last tournament I won, it was like 190 people, right? I played against Sonic winners finals. He's pretty good. His name's Just Woo. I don't know if you guys know him, but like he's pretty okay. In winners finals, I played him. He 3-0'd me. It was pretty bad. He just destroyed me because I didn't really know what to do. And then in losers finals, I like beat a me brawler 3-2, and then I came back and we went to game 10. Last hit every single game, and almost every single game went to 1 minute or below. And I looked at the VOD because I was streaming the whole thing. It literally went for like an hour and like 10 minutes, like grand finals did, and I like barely won. I don't even know what would happen if I lost. I would have been like so frustrated because like I spent an entire hour and some change playing against a Sonic, and I was just like, if I lose this, I'm gonna be so sad. And then I had to reverse 3-0 on the second set.
Man.
It was super close, but yeah, I'm glad
That
I
sounds
won.
painful.
But it
The
was very
mental
painful.
game was strong. Loses 5 games in a row and then reverse 3-0s and reset grand finals. In the
Yeah.
reset
That's
of
that's
grand
some
finals.
MK Layla clutch. How do you feel about the Sonic matchup specifically, like with Zelda?
I think Sonic wins, but it's not that bad. I think like Zelda has the like anti-camp. Obviously, she can camp Sonic back. It's pretty much a game of don't get hit first or you're screwed. Because if he hits you first and then he decides he doesn't want to interact with you the rest of the game, you're too slow to like catch up with him. The only times you're gonna interact with him is if he's off stage and you have like Phantom set up for like stage control, and you keep him like near ledge, or if he approaches you. Those are like the only two ways you're gonna fight. If like that's what he wants.
Yeah, I feel like in that matchup, at least analytically, Zelda has to, not has to, but it's critical and apparent that Zelda holds advantage pristinely as best as possible. It's extremely important for her to play her advantage perfectly, in order to win that matchup. Not that like that's the only way she can win that matchup, but that's where she's gonna benefit the most. I mean, obviously every character benefits from an advantage state, but specifically in that Zelda matchup, what Zelda has to look for is if she gets advantage state, how to just hold that as best as possible against the Sonic.
Yeah, the reason why I won, which I'm gonna be honest, he was very, very confident he was gonna beat me because he DM'd me like later that night. And he told me he didn't think I was gonna win. So we played FD twice, and then I lost both games. And I was like, all right, I'm gonna go PS2. I went PS2, and I changed up my playstyle from playing only camping to like always trying to approach him. And he didn't really know how to react to it. And that's not really a good idea just to always approach Sonic. But like since he was so shaken up by it, it worked. And he just kept spin dash? What do you call it? Like when you hold no, homing attack. That's what it is. He kept using homing attack and air dodging after, and I just kept punishing it. And then he went PS2 4 times in a row, and then I won every single time. And then because he said he was so cocky he was gonna win that he wanted to beat me on PS2.
Dang, dude.
So that's why. And then I beat him on PS2 4 times back to back. And then he switched to like Town, and then he switched to Callus, and then I got bopped. And then I went small stage, and then he went large stage, and then I beat him on like Town last hit. But yeah, that's how I beat him. I take Sonic small stages, so he doesn't have room to camp as hard. That's like the strat for me.
All right. Well,
not a bad strat.
no, it's not a bad strat at all. And honestly, I wish you luck dealing with other Sonics because I don't think that's gonna drop off the face of the earth anytime soon, unless everybody agrees to just globally ban Sonic. Which, as I've said before, I don't really agree with that one. But we are going to have to wrap things up for this episode. I'd like to thank everybody for being here today. Thank you, Justice, for dropping into the podcast, answering some of our questions.
Yeah, man, it was fun.
Yeah, it was awesome having you. I think we had some really good discussions today. And those of you guys listening, thank you for tuning into episode 2. And we will be back next week. And hopefully with another guest, although we're going to have to discuss that between me and Jam to see who we're going to have. But yeah, that's going to do it today. As I've said before, I'm BoardGamer40K with Jam and Arios for the Relaxin podcast, and we will catch you guys next time.
Adios.
Later.